Well, we're back at Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore for the second T20 International. Pakistan is up against Australia. Well, it's the Bank Alfala presents Vigotel Mobile Series, and we had the first T20 International in Lahore where Pakistan won by 22 runs. Today is the second T20 International, and tomorrow will be the third one and the final one. It's great to be back here at Pittside. It's a beautiful evening here in Lahore, and we can expect a cracker of a game as Pakistan is leading the series 1-0. They played really well in that first T20 International. The spinners making life really tough for all the Aussie batters, and I'm sure they'd be hoping to negate that challenge by the spinners and make sure that they redeem themselves and win this T20 International and draw the series. With me, I've got our usual expert panel with us. I've got Amir Sohail as well as Simon Katish. Amir, great start by Pakistan in this series, winning the first game, and now they'd be hoping to repeat the same. How do you look at that win, and where do you think they could perhaps also improve in this particular T20?
I think it was quite convincing. There are a couple of concerns. Shaheen Shah Afridi doesn't look dialed in. And when you talk about spinners, they have done a fantastic job for Pakistan. In the middle of the innings, Fakhar Zaman has to find a way to adapt. You know, it's a strange thing for him. It's an alien thing for him to bat at number 5. But he has to find a method. He was struggling, not only in the previous outing, but other matches he represented Pakistan. He's been struggling at this number. There are a couple of concerns. Otherwise, I think Pakistan team is in a good shape.
3 debutants then for Australia and that first T20 International. Are we expecting more changes? I mean, what would you like to see from the Aussies today?
Well, I think there'll definitely be changes today, judging by the players warming up. I can see the Aussie skipper Mitch Marsh playing. I think he'll come back in. I think it was just a tight turnaround from the Scorchers winning the BBL on Sunday night in Perth. So he and Inglis were rested. I can see Inglis playing. I think Marcus Stoinis will come in. Probably Jack Edwards will make way there. And then I think the quicks will change as well. I think Ben Dwarshuis will come in. Sean Abbott will probably come in for Xavier Bartlett, and then obviously Marley Beardman. Good debut the other night, but I think they were just experimenting a few young players, given the timing, and it'll be a good opportunity to try and play a full-strength team and get back into this series.
All right, quick look at the Australian squad then to see what options they have. Like you said, after the BBL, perhaps they were looking to give a bit of a break to some of the youngsters. I mean, how do you look at this overall? Anyone in particular you'd like to see?
Oh, look, I'd like to see Travis Head and Mitch Marsh open, and then obviously Josh Inglis move into probably 3 or 4. I think Cameron Green looked good the other night batting at 3, so I think Inglis will probably slot in that middle order role at number 4 because he plays spin well. And then I'd like them to still keep Cooper Connolly in the team because I think he gives them that other option, other spin option other than Adam Zampa, and I can see them playing Matt Kuhneman tonight as well. I think they missed having another specialist spinner on this surface the other night, and I think they will have learned a lot from how Pakistan went about it with their spinners.
Right then, even from a Pakistan perspective, Amir, happy with that number 4 position for Babar Azam, or would you like to see him back at that number 3? There's a lot of debate around this batting number.
Look, as he's very well experienced, Babar Azam. He should know his role. You know, if your captain is comfortable at number 3 at times, you have to make a sacrifice for the good of the team. And I think Babar has the ability to adapt at any number.
Salman Agha as well, very impressive that day at that number 3 spot. We were looking for runs from the skipper, and that's what we got to see the other night as well. Babar Azam will be in action once again in front of a packed home crowd. It's always great to see him here being backed by so many fans. And Osman Khan, need a few runs from him as well, but we are ready now with the all-important toss. It's over to Bazat Khan and Arooj Mumtaz, who's out there with the toss and the pitch report.
Ready with the toss, and it's toss time here at Lahore, second T20I. Got the 2 captains, Salman Ali Agha, Mitch Marsh, welcome, and Ali Naqvi looking dapper as ever. Who's got the coin? Salman, give it a flip.
Heads.
Heads is the call. It's a tails. Salman, you won the toss, and what will you do and why?
We're going to bat first. It's look like another slow, and I think it's going to turn. That's what I think is going to turn in second inning more. So we just wanted to put above our score and try to restrict them.
What number are you going to bat?
3, I'm going to bat 3.
The other question is that 3 and 4 or 4 and 5, is Fakhar playing? Babar playing?
Babar playing, Fakhar is not playing today.
Okay, but those two in the middle order, quite a lot of people asking the question that will they be able to bat out of position?
I think they're experienced enough and they know how it takes to bat on these numbers, and I'm very confident they will be able to do that.
What are the changes today?
We got 3 changes. Fakhar, Shaheen and Salman is not playing, they're resting, and Fahim, Naseem and Usman Tariq is playing.
These type of pitches, this is sort of Sri Lanka-wise, you want these pitches to play on to preparation for that?
Yeah, that's what we are thinking. These kind of pitches we are going to get when we go to Sri Lanka, and that's why we're making here, and hopefully we can have a lot of practice here, and then when we go there, we don't really have a problem with that.
Thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you.
Mitch, firstly, welcome. Did you find any warm clothes to wear?
Yeah, got my vest on, ready to go.
Obviously, World Cup around the corner, but how important is it to actually win games towards at this series?
Yeah, I think each series in isolation is really important to win for a lot of reasons. But yeah, we certainly came here to win this series, so today's a big game for us.
We saw that game yesterday. The ball turned a bit, especially at the back end. You think it slowed up as the game goes on?
Yeah, we thought that the wicket probably slowed up a little bit. There was also a little bit of dew at the back end, which will hopefully help us tonight, but it'll be another great challenge for us today.
You come in, any more changes to your side?
Yes, there is. I always get stuck here, but myself, Josh Inglis, Sean Abbott, and one other come in for four others.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, and good luck for the game.
Thank you.
So the news out here in the Centre is that Salman Ali Agha has won the toss again and had no hesitation in batting first. They suspect that the surface now is going to be the same. It's going to turn later on, but I think closer look, Aruj, you've had a close look at it. Is it going to be the same as day before?
Yeah, a new surface here for this second game. It looks very similar. Just the one thing of note is it looks slightly more rolled in terms of the distance between the gaps is a little bit less. It should still grip and turn very, very abrasive, but it's got a nice sort of dry grass covering on it. So it's still obviously going to turn. Almost looks like an emulation of Sri Lankan tracks, considering we're at the eve of the World Cup. So spinners on either side will obviously give assistance. But there was one thing of note, Baz. It was the quality of spin on offer, but more importantly, the lengths that they hit. We pulled up a pitch map from the wickets that fell on that first game. There were 10 to spin out of the 18, including the 2 run out. So, and 6 of those, or 7 of those, in fact, came from that 4 to 6 meter mark. So, yes, degree of turn was definitely more substantial, but it was about the areas which with the Pakistan spinners and Zampa hit that might be lucrative again tonight.
Yeah, I talked to Abrar after that. He said the slower you bowl. Did you find that if you bowled slower, you're getting more purchase off the surface?
I think definitely that's always the case. With the slower you are, you tend to get more revs on the ball. Obviously, that grips a little bit more in turns. Nowadays, the spinners generally tend to bowl flatter, but if you've got a good deception through the air, just maybe loop it through the eye line. And that's something that Abrar has worked on off late. So, not quite sure there'll be a lot of slow, loopy ones tonight, given the number of turn, but I think a spin once again will be a massive, massive part to play.
Spin will play a role, but looks a better pitch tonight.
Looks like a better pitch tonight, but obviously expecting a bit of turn as well because the preparation is ahead. Looking forward to that those conditions in Sri Lanka. I mean, that's what we're talking about, Amir, that the preparation is for those conditions. Were you surprised at all with the way the pitch behaved the other night? Was it a typical Gaddafi Stadium pitch?
Look, there was not a lot of turn for the spinners. When you come to Pakistan, you expect a bit of grip from the surface, and that's what we saw. And I think Aussies, since they were going hard at the Pakistani bowlers, kept on providing chances to be picked up, and that's what we saw.
Simon, from Australia's perspective, I mean, in terms of their batting then, considering the conditions that we've discussed, what can they do differently in terms of their batting approach?
Well, they got off to a very good start. I think it was probably 1 for 57 in the power play, so there was no issues there. It was probably more how they handled that middle part. 2 run-outs didn't help, but I think just the way they go about it, trying to go aerial, I think that's going to be the challenge for them because there was a little bit of lower bounce, a number of dismissals were hitting lower on the bat. And because they couldn't pick Abrar, it meant that they couldn't really attack him. He only went for one boundary in his 4 overs, bowled 4 overs, 2 for 10. So that'll be the challenge tonight. And not only Abrar, how they handle Usman Tariq as well, who's got some mystery about him. So good challenge for the Australian batsmen tonight. I'll be interested to see how they want to go about it.
One positive for Australia has to be Adam Zampa. I mean, you talk about the T20 format, perhaps one of the best leg spinners in the world going around in that circuit, Simon.
Yeah, look, he's the first Australian to take 400 T20 wickets, and I think he's the 3rd overall behind Rashid Khan and Imran Tahir to get to that mark in T20. So he's a wonderfully experienced leg spinner. I think his changes of pace are brilliant, his changes of line, and knowing when the batsman's looking to attack him. He's so good at understanding and reading a set of 6 that we saw it the other night. He went slower and wider there to Usman Khan when he knew he was trying to find the boundary, and he holds out to deep mid-on. So he uses that experience, and he's got, as Amir said rightly the other night, he's got wonderful control. So all the variations and a very wise head on his shoulders.
All right, quick look at the teams then. There's been a couple of changes on both the sides. Experimentation going on with regards to forming the perfect 11. Pakistan is batting first, and there's been 3 changes in that lineup, Ahmed.
I think the reason why captain was impelled to make those changes, they're still looking for the right combination to be able to compete well in the forthcoming T20 World Cup. So I think it's Naseem Shah is a good inclusion. Fahim is getting a gig here, along with Usman Tariq. And I think Pakistan has got plenty of options. And they should be absolutely sure how to go about the job during the World Cup.
Absolutely. We'll come back to this 11. But with Australia as well, we've got a couple of changes where Mitch Marsh comes back. And then there's a couple of other changes as well, Simon.
Yes, the Bison back at the toss. It'd be good to have him back at the top of the order along with Travis Head, because those two have been dominant at the top of the order. They're dangerous in the power play, and then coming out of the power play, if they can get through that phase, it just lengthens this order, which when you look at it tonight, there's a few little changes in the middle order there. Obviously, Inglis comes in. That's a big in, given the way he plays spin. Renshaw missed out the other night with the run out, so he'll be keen to make amends. Connolly slides down to number 6, but Matt Short now gets to play that role at number 7, so he stays in and potentially to bowl a few overs of spin. Xavier Bartlett, second highest score the other night with 35. He batted well and bowled well. Sean Abbott is a very experienced seamer, so he gets an opportunity, but it's the spin twins. I like seeing Kuhnemann in that team. He's been excellent whenever he's been given an opportunity for Australia. And as we said earlier, Adam Zampa's experience will be crucial tonight to get Australia back into this series.
Kuhnemann getting an opportunity will definitely bolster their side. We're going to take a short break here on Pitside, and when we do come back, we'll have a closer look at the teams, the 11 and everything else that lies ahead. Back on pitch side, and Pakistan has won the toss and they've decided to bat first. Now Australia has got plenty of firepower at the top. When you talk about the likes of Travis Head, perhaps the most difficult batter to bowl to across all formats. It's so difficult to get him out, and he's definitely someone Pakistan would be eyeing to get his wicket early. Time to hear from him about his time in Pakistan.
It's nice to be back, so looking forward to getting underway. It's obviously an important couple of games before a World Cup for us, so good to be back. How much power we have in our batting lineup is always good fun, so I think the thing that excites me most is it's going to be pretty enjoyable couple of months with the boys, so nice to be back with a fun group, and it's going to be good fun, and I'm excited to see how that batting unit works over the next month. Yeah, I guess performance-wise we'll wait and see, but I felt like I've always been better off of a tiny break and be a bit fresher, so it's definitely been the case. Feel ready to go. It's been nice to spend some time at home with the family, leading into what's going to be a busy period for us. Wickets have always been really good here, true and nice, and Sri Lanka probably a little bit on the slower side, a little bit on the tougher side, but again, you don't know. Each series I've come to different venues has always been different, so yeah, just get in. I think these games will be important, and then once we get into Sri Lanka, we've got a couple of games as well before we get into the important stuff, and it'll be about reading conditions, playing well and adapting to them. I guess you know some of the hurdles that you've got to go through in a World Cup and ICC event. So yeah, turbulent play, plenty of pressure and a lot of important games. So yeah, nice to draw back on good memories, and we know that we've got to start well, and then once you get into the real business end of it, the pressure goes up, and I think that's when you want to perform and play well.
Well, Travis Head assessing the conditions then, really thinking about his game, how to get going. We saw leadership from him as well the other night. Simon, just in terms of how good a batter he is, I mean, the question really is, where do you bowl to someone like him, someone who is so strong across all formats, scoring runs consistently? If you were in the Pakistan camp, what would you be telling them?
Well, I think they learned a lesson the other night. He obviously got off to a flyer against the pace. He likes pace on the ball early. It's a fine line with bowling to Travis Head, because if there's no swing, he senses it early and he just loads up over mid-wicket, which he did a couple of times the other night. And then if you give him too much width, he's so strong through cover and backward points. So there's not much margin for error. But I think, you know, what we saw the other night was a bold move to bring on the young spinner Ayub in the power play, and he got the reward by taking pace out of the ball. He had a smart field with deep mid-off back. So I think that's where probably teams will look to try and expose him early on, knowing that he's looking to try and hit 4s and 6s. But ultimately, he's a big match player, and he's proven himself over a number of years now for Australia in some big tournaments. So he's a big wicket, and tonight will be another big challenge for the Pakistan bowlers.
As a batter, how do you rate him, someone like Travis Head, from whatever you've seen? We've seen him score so many runs.
He's a consistent performer. I mean, he has proven himself time and again. And, you know, what am I supposed to say here? I mean, no superlatives is going to actually emulate his talent.
All right, let's back to the game then, the current situation. Pakistan is batting first now. How much should they be looking at, considering it's a different pitch, but we've had an assessment of the conditions? What are the numbers?
I think they were 15 runs short in the previous game, but the spinners compensated for that. I think they should be looking for 175 at least, because Australia is full strength here. And because of those 2 run-outs, Pakistan was able to control the game. So tonight, they have to bat well.
All right, numbers then, quick numbers from you as well, Simon, which Australia will feel comfortable in terms of chasing.
Well, I think they'll want it a bit less than that, but I think Amir's spot on. I think Pakistan were good enough to get 180 plus the other night. They set the foundation. I think they were 1 for 100 off about 10.5, but lost their way. But I think, yeah, around that 170 mark, Australia will feel in the game, but they're going to have to bat a lot better through the middle.
All right, then there you heard it from the experts as well. We're going to take a short break. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a packed house here at Gaddafi Stadium, and we'll have all the live action for you after this short break, so don't go anywhere.